let's see here. Hmm. All right, we're live. Oh, welcome back to another episode of the People's Guild Battle Royale. A couple familiar faces here. We got Steve and Virus and uh, a familiar name and Tails. Of course, the co-host, Mr. Hepthorn. So welcome everybody. Thanks for hopping in, guys. Good to see you guys.
Thank you for having us again.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Cool, gents. Well, we come here for the battle, so let's get this baby rolling. Who wants to tee us off?
Who were you the reigning champ from last time?
I'll take it. I don't remember, but I'll take it.
You might have been the last one to win a battle last time, so.
All right. Well, let's go around the horn. Steve, I see you next, so I'll send you a little challenge. See if you can keep that streak going.
Yeah, at least if I get a loss on it, it's not going to hurt me.
Let's see if we can get any corrosive ward matches. Anybody had any corrosive ward matches yet today?
Oh, we just got one.
We just got one, and we got
Wow.
a really stupid mana cap to go with it. That's kind of funny. We got magic armor, or weak magic, I should say, but at the same time, corrosive ward, and then only 13 mana.
Does reflection shield help or prevent corrosive ward? Do you guys know?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think
I
so.
think it might actually.
Huh.
Because I did play I remember playing the 9-drop that has armor and reflection shield and corrosive ward. I forget the name of the card. It's a new one. And I went up against a card that had reflection shield, and it was taking 0 on all the bounce backs.
Huh. All right.
Interesting.
Why don't you try it out, Stever? We can
Just
see it
play that
live.
one card. That's like the only card we could play.
Well, it
Shows
sounds
how
like
much
Jangles wants to play Rekla.
You want
Is that
to
available?
throw the match, basically.
shows how much
Let's-
we've been focusing on corrosive ward when we're
Let's see.
playing our matches.
Could
Yeah.
this possibly win?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
corrosive ward is something that I've never played specifically
I
for.
don't know.
I like the Grim Bardoon fighter, but mostly because he has shield and a reflection shield, and it's just a perk when it lines up that he's got the corrosive ward.
I played it one time intentionally, like the first time when it first came out, to try to take out Forgotten One shield. Like it was one of those things where I knew someone's going to play the Forgotten One. It was just like made the most sense. Like let's just see if I can take out his shield and then I could beat him. And then that's when I found out that immunity protects against it. So that was the first and last time I think I intentionally played it. Which, speaking of which, I wonder if the immunity will protect against that new ability. I don't think they got into it too much. That the new reward card that's coming out, Kai or K or whatever it was. The hamstring.
Oh yeah,
That
lower
card
one.
looks awesome, man.
And so that's only lower one melee, right? I mean, at least that's what they were saying. So therefore, it doesn't reduce magic, only melee.
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah. Yeah.
The Waka play. Waka was king last round.
You know, I figured that with our teams available and 13 mana, Waka's my only 3-cost summoner that's max level, so I kind of default towards him if he's available. And because he has a pretty good low mana win rate, not perfect, but it's not terrible.
Jangles
It's
might be
gonna be
out.
I've tried
interesting.
Waka recently in ranked, and I haven't seen the same success. I think I was high on Waka's syrup from the last battle royale, and thought that it would carry over to ranked. And no, I don't think I've stuck a poison in multiple ranked matches with Waka, but
I've
hopefully
been,
that luck continues for you, Stever.
My RNG luck on poisons was pretty bad earlier today before I started winning. So we'll see what happens. I haven't watched it yet. So
yeah, I've been having the opposite effect. I've been liking the Waka plays lately.
all right. So at least I didn't get a miss on the first attack. Let's see where the second one goes.
Oh
All right,
my
we landed a
gosh.
poison. We got our first misses though. You got
Yeah.
your poison.
Oh my
got you
gosh.
again.
Jeez.
3 poisons in a row. Give me a break, Stever. I am toast.
Come on, miss. Yeah,
Toast.
backfired.
Skip.
Jeez.
Really?
That I mean, using a 6 cost in 13, that's pretty. You were really hoping for Dr. Blight just to carry that, yeah?
Oh, of course.
Still, even
Yeah.
even then, he doesn't have that much fodder to carry him.
Yeah,
Well-
you're right. He doesn't have that ability. So am I heading down to gold to play Hep?
Let's do it.
All right.
I guess with these new ranked awards or rank changes coming out, I'm gonna have to start embracing. I know I was like looking today, like, should I upgrade some summoners? Like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm still not sure.
What's your name in the game again?
Hepthorn, it's
Is-
Hepthorn.
Okay, it is Hepthorn.
Yep.
And for the record, I did have a Rekla team teed up, and then Hep blew up my spot, so I felt like I had to scramble at the last minute.
It was so obvious that you're looking to play Rekla. You're like asking about the reflection shield and stuff. Like, come on, man.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Hmm.
You've been making any moves, Bojangles, for do you have any alts that you have going?
I've got one that has a silver, really solid silver wild deck. I've been doing a little bit of adding some rebellion cards here and there. I'm still trying to max out my rebellion stuff on Bojangles for conflicts, but
Oh,
I don't have any.
okay. I won't play any.
I got a
right.
couple.
I just noticed
Yeah,
that line of
right.
my silver sealed assassin right now. Like, let's go.
I mean, I got a couple level 1s. I guess I could throw them out there because they're not on land. They're just left over in my account. Oh, I have a level 3 vigilator that's not doing anything. I need to look into that.
Well, I'll
what
take
what
it
have you
off
been
here.
doing with your alts, Virus, if anything?
I mean, I haven't done anything yet, but I've been kind of reading up about what's going to happen with the Xbot token and things like that. Because I think I had Xbot light tokens on those, which should only go to the silver level. And so now without league caps, they're just going to go to, wherever they end up going to.
Xbox Light goes to gold.
Oh, does it go to gold? Yeah. So those ones are just going to keep going now. I haven't really done any changes, but they're not going to get a whole lot of reward shares once they get moving up there. There's not a lot of staked SPS on those accounts. So I'll have to kind of see how it's going with those, and then think about either renting some SPS stake on those or something like that. But I don't think I'm gonna be adding too many cards to those accounts.
What was y'all's reaction
Oh.
to I think Matt, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but he said it went from 200 chances guaranteed to 250. You feel like that was a little bit too much
before,
of a
though, you disabled sharing, so you'll have to click on the link
Oh,
Hep dropped our
I threw the link in
enable
the
share.
chat.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure with that Jangles, like the reasoning behind it. It doesn't make sense to me necessarily, because the whole point of having Rebellion be, I thought it 200 was because like a max regular foil set basically gives you a max regular foil airdrop. So if the point of Rebellion was to not buy more than you need, well, now the team is telling you if you want a max airdrop, you have to buy more than you need.
All you need is a
Yeah, it feels a little
100% gold
counterintuitive.
foil diamond deck or champ deck, and yeah, you can get all the airdrops you want.
So I don't understand. Matt never explained the logic on why he wants to increase the airdrop chances as time goes on. I mean,
well, I think he did explain it a little bit. When he was talking about the numbers that he thought it should be to get the cards, it was to give out about as many as should be available based on the amount of packs that have been sold. So that's where he's pulling his numbers from. The thing that he said he messed up with on this first one at only 200 is because he underestimated the amount of additional packs that got bought when this conflict first started, and then it pushed the pack amount up to a certain amount that allowed for like less were going to come out, but that's why the chances thing is got kind of broken for this first one.
so is he marching to like a percent chance per card or something? Because I don't understand there's been no clear picture or reasoning behind the logic, because as you go, like the most, just like with Chaos Legion, like the Grum Flame Blades and stuff are going to have the most printed because they're the first airdrop, and they'll be in the packs moving forward. And then as you go through the airdrops, the later airdrops always will have the least amount of printed. But it's accentuated even more when you increase the pack requirements, or in this case the point requirements for an airdrop, because now you're not only are you getting less chances to get the airdrop card, but now you're having to have more packs to be able to get the card. So I don't know. I mean, just if they're going to redo things like ranked and they're going to redo battle wagons and airdrops, I think they should just redo it and not kind of do the old stuff just because they did the old stuff.
I feel like it's got to be proportionately incremental to adding a max rage copy to your deck, right? Like that would be the logical approach. But
like, I feel like that would be cool, but he's going with the approach of once rage drops, the amount of rages that are in the game should be equivalent to the other legendaries that you can pull from packs. It should be close. That's what he wanted. It's not going to be there. It's going to be inflated.
But
and
that doesn't make
it'll be
sense
there
for
longer term,
subsequent.
though.
It'll be inflated to start because 200 was too low of a number, because I'm going to get more than I'm guaranteed because of the guarantee per 200, or more than my percentage would have got me. So ideally they wanted to, pick a certain number. This is how many we believe we should be giving out, 4,000 of these. And then you only get your percentage chance of them, to make kind of a push and shove mentality between us. That is counterproductive. I agree with you, Tails. I said that, I think, before in some of my streams. It's counterproductive to another statement that only buy what you need this set, because it's not buy what you need. It's buy what you need to get good airdrops. But at least to the airdrop system. But the idea was, to each drop, we're going to pick a number that's going to be what we think the number is of the other legendaries that are out. We're going to give out that many, and we're going to do it based on a percentage chance. But they know people won't participate without the minimum. So we got to pick a minimum that hopefully doesn't make us go way more than that number. In this case, the minimum is going to push them way past that number, because enough of us bought a whole bunch of stuff to where our minimum guarantees are going to be higher than what our percentage chance should have got us. Like, I'm going to get maybe like 2 extra at the end of the day, I think. because my percent chance ownership of the whole points is only worth about 7, but I'm going to be guaranteed 9.
Yeah, I guess
So-
I don't understand, Steve, why. So we have to see what he does. But if he does 50 packs for this next dragon drop, and he does 50 more packs for the next one, if it keeps incrementing by 50 or more, I guess I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, I guess the question is if they're going to if they're expecting to continue to raise it after
Yeah.
this, or this
Doesn't
is
make
this
sense.
just a
Don't-
correction?
Yeah, don't look just at the chances change. You got to look at the number that are being given out also, because those numbers should be increasing too from how it is moving.
Let's see. We haven't seen that number increase yet.
Is it going to be 4,000 again? Have they said? I might have missed it. I don't remember that exactly.
They haven't.
really
The only thing
said.
they've said is they've increased the number of packs required. They haven't said they're increasing the minimum they're giving.
Yeah, I thought that the number that they're giving out guaranteed is supposed to go up as well as you move further along, because you're further along in pack sales. Now, if pack sales are really slow, you might not move up very much. But
Well, hopefully, Virus is right in that it was a correction, and all subsequent airdrops will be appropriate to that correction instead of a 50 increment per time. But I guess we'll see. So Stever and Hep, you guys want to make a prediction? Stever, did you watch?
no, I didn't watch. He paid more attention to the speed. He protected himself from sneaks a little better than I did. So I don't have a real good way to get rid of that. So that could be trouble. I kind of went for the Arcane, get off my 2 double attackers in the first round, be 4 attacks ahead, and hope that would be enough. But I'm not loving my chances right now.
It's going to come down a lot of
Hepthorn.
things to that retaliate, how much retaliate I'm going to get out of that back guy. It's going to be interesting. I don't know. Every time I go for that Arcane thing, I've been trying to make it work and figure it out, and I just can't really get it to go. The fact that this is a reverse speed and a true strike match, I think, it eliminates that chance that you're going to miss one of those. So you're going to take my front guy out.
I'm gonna erase your first guy.
Yeah.
Before he gets to do anything. So that's nice, but the heal is on the Manaroth, so that's the problem, I think.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
Which the Manaroth doesn't have blast and gold, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's interesting because I do have a repair in the front. I don't know. Can I get through his front before he tears through the back? The back and the middle of my team.
Yeah.
Want to see?
We'll see. All right.
All right. The rare Rooney sighting.
Yeah.
I miss my Rooney, man. No thorns in gold either.
Thorns in gold. I'm a dummy. I'm so used to him having thorns. He's not as scary as I was making him out to be. Oh, but there's that retaliate.
that one more retaliate. Yep.
He got it again. Oh, and he got the poison. Manaroth goes before the
we repaired the back row shield. Repair your own shield always, Manaroth. What's wrong with you?
Do I have enough to get him? Ooh, just barely gonna get him down.
You're gonna get him. Oh, brutal.
And now your Rooney can't just go wherever he wants. He's gonna come back though.
How many retaliates per hits did that
every one of them?
It's got a 75 automatic so far. So it ended up with like a 60. That's not, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah,
Chaos Titan was the right call there.
Yeah, I figured the real reason I didn't pay as much attention to speed was because of the true strike.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Stever teaching lessons in gold. I like it.
Hey, I forgot that guy didn't have thorns. If he had thorns, it would have been a completely different thing. For sure.
What do you guys think of the second airdrop with that new hamstring ability, especially in rule sets like we just saw, up close and personal, equal opportunity, especially those two. Certainly super sneak and melee mayhem as well, but I think specifically in equal opportunity and up close and personal, that could be a card similar to Queen of Crows that is kind of a must play in certain rule sets, because you can really, I think, do some interesting things with Lookout and with Shield, with that in combination with that card to really ruin people's days, perhaps. Similar to Queen of Crows in that going the distance rule set.
Yeah. I'm interested to see exactly how the hamstring is going to be implemented. Is it going to be, can you cleanse it? They'll probably make it like cripple, right? It'll probably be akin to cripple where it's not cleansable, but it's it's negated by immunity, or they make it like the having attack, which is cleansable. Yeah, I mean that card looks great. Just I really love that the speed on it too. So I agree. I think it's gonna be a card you probably see played a lot. But yeah, a lot of it's is gonna come down to whether, it'll be interesting whether that, can be cleansed or not.
Yeah, so I asked shout out to Joey again for guy came on and dropped some pretty cool stuff last week for us. Steve, you want to send a challenge over to Tails real quick?
I thought
I asked,
I was gonna be playing Virus, but
either if you've already
it's because it's lined up different on my screen, but that's fine. I'll change it.
Either way. Yeah, so I asked Joey about it if hamstring stacks on top of stuff like having or demoralize. Because I think that'll be a big determining factor. So if like Archimus hits Carnage Titan, for example, and Carnage Titan drops down to what, 2 damage, does hamstring wait until that melee has been reduced to catch up to what has already been depleted through something like having, or does it continue to stack on top of it? And the answer was it continues to stack. So essentially you could drop, somebody like a Harklaw up front with K behind it, and the demoralize is going to reduce already, and then K is going to continue to drop that tank's melee damage down beyond the demoralize, which is yeah, it's big. I don't know if it could be cleansed though. I didn't ask. Can you cleanse? What's your take, Hep? I know you're a big proponent for sticking to what's practical within the lore perspective.
I mean, it shouldn't be, right? I mean, you shouldn't be able to cleanse it, I don't think.
Because you're essentially cleansing the weapon, right? Not cleansing
well,
poison.
I mean, I don't know. It depends, because they're calling it hamstring, right? Which should be something more physical, akin to cripple.
Oh, sure. So yeah, maybe it's your swinging power.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's more similar to cripple.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting, and it gives a Kane another interesting tool, because now you can put her in that position, and you can get that off in the pre-stage.
Man, if you're expecting a Manaroth in the front there, one hit from that just wrecks or destroys the shield, and then hamstrings the damage.
Yeah, and Manaroth is a pretty powerful card right now, so putting in something that's going to counter that a little bit makes a lot of sense.
There you go.
The only and also it gives it's a little, for the people who don't have a Carnage Titan, very replaceable card, similar tool set.
And only 6 mana. I think that's the mana cost is low for this card for the speed and the amount of damage it does.
Well, you don't even need a Kane Actually, I forgot that she gets ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But oh, you're right. You're right. She has it on her own. But I misphrased that. The Arcane thing is now you can run her, two other from Arcane, and then depending on what team you put it with, you could get the sneak monster or the archer that's neutral. So you could run
Yeah.
a 5 lineup once this card is in play.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you thought
that's a massive. Go ahead, Vars.
if you thought they were gonna have a mana off, if you're pretty much like pretty sure, I mean, you could do some plays with a cane that to pretty much kill a mana off before the game even begins. Giant killer or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Especially with a cane, like you could use the 7-cost mage from fire
Hmm.
to hit him.
Yeah.
This card, and then maybe somebody else that does pretty good. The problem is you kind of want magic damage, so this card doesn't help that much. But
You also like that it's the death it's a 7 mana card. It's got like that 3. I'm not sure what the damage is called, but he's got demoralize too.
Oh
you're
yeah.
right. That's an interesting combo because it's got a demoralize and a headwind, so it's part of the whole debuff team. And then you throw this out there, and then you could throw somebody like if you're playing dragon, all of a sudden Harklaw with his immunity and a shield and a healer behind him becomes interesting. But the magic would be problematic there, though. Did you want us
Well,
to
I
share
mean,
screen?
it does
Is
have
it-
shatter on
I'll
it.
pull it up.
The magic damage isn't exactly necessary except for the fact that it has shield.
Yeah.
Hepthorn,
Waka's
somebody
battle.
in chat is asking who is Hep cosplaying as?
What, 'cause I'm
Duck
just 'cause
Dynasty or something?
I'm wearing a hat today. It's like it's like
That's a
I'm sorry,
rainy
I threw
day.
everybody-
I think it's
in
probably the
California,
camo.
So
threw everybody off because I have a hat on and my hair is getting a little long. I need to get a haircut. I haven't had the time. My wife's been away this week, so I've been single daddying it with the 2 kids. So I'm lucky I had enough time to shower today before I jumped on here.
Another double Waka
There we
play.
go.
he's going to
Tails
have
bringing
armor,
it.
though. And I'm not. But it still might be who gets the poison procs. That's really going to matter here. What do you think, Tails?
Yeah, I think the shield versus the Crypt Beetle versus my Chaos Agent, I don't like that matchup. I don't think I can survive long enough to get through that. I think you have the better front line.
Maybe. I have to hit that guy. I'm never positive that's always going to work.
Yeah, my Chaos Agent usually is stuck in cement, so you should be good to go.
We'll
You
see.
got the
Might be up to
slowest
the,
chaos
the
agent
shade
in the,
once he
in
gets
the
up there.
squad.
Yeah. But it's gonna. I still think it's gonna come down to who gets the poison drops on their hits, because we're not going to do damage that first attack. Like, see, two whiffs and you got it right away, and then I got a whiff. And
Tails.
that beetle's gone. Okay, got it there. So the agent's gone. Oh, the carry
Ooh,
on
the
with
shade.
blood.
Oh wow.
Wow. What was my mischance?
Oh.
10%
Oh my
mischance?
gosh. Who needs Chaos Agent when you got carrion share?
I mean, it's in the name.
Wow.
The carrion shade is carrying Steve.
There we go. That was pretty clutch too. That miss, because I'm gonna lose him here. But I don't know though. This. Oh, there we go.
Oh jeez.
100%.
All-star, man. Steve running the table. Well played. All right, Virus. Time for some vengeance, buddy.
All right.
Stop to him.
Need some revenge for earlier today. had a gladiator match against him, and I picked 3 gladiators I thought he might play. So I kind of played around what I thought he would do. He played none of them and played an odd one that I wasn't expecting.
I played the little 3-cost healer, and I just put Grim Bardoon at the back and Inevitable in the front, and said, "You know what? You're not going to get through either of them."
Yeah, my Katrelba was not a fan of Grim Bardoon in the back.
He had a double triage that round, and then a single heal with a self-healing in the front position. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, because I was thinking Cora or Katrelba was coming. I'm like, I don't think either of them can get through these guys. It worked out, luckily. Ah, you gotta like it when you get big mana little league. Hmm.
Tails getting trolled a little bit in chat every time you lose, your grain production reduces. Tails.
I know, I see that. Yeah, it's a good troll. But the thing is, and Virus can attest to this. I pinged Virus yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, Virus, can you do a sanity check on this? Am I missing something here?" Because I specifically took a screenshot before I started doing heavy card improvement. I'm gonna revisit when my I've got upgrades on my cards and see where we're at. And I looked at it and I was like, man, I understand SPS, going down because it's a pool, and as more stuff comes online, it's going to get diluted. I was like, I wasn't expecting the grain to be that much of a downturn versus an upturn for card improvements. So that's why we created the video talking about that. But I will say that I think the important point of that video is to really talk about the value of a bug bounty program in Splinterlands, either sponsored by Splinterlands, the company, or the DAO. And I've talked about it in the past as well, on occasions, I think, during when we had some wind trading issues in the past and some other issues. I think it's just good for the game because a lot of people don't realize, we all think we're secure on the blockchain and that everything's recorded and everything can be tracked back and verified. But a lot of what happens within Splinterlands, the game itself, is is just kind of taken for granted that everything works as designed. And with land, let's face it, land, all it is a bunch of numbers and math. There's not really gameplay per se. It's a lot of just numbers. And if the numbers aren't displaying properly or they're not calculating properly, that's a problem. Same thing with SPS. Like, has anyone checked that the SPS percentage, the APR that you're getting on your staked SPS is correct? No one checks it. They just assume it's correct. But if there's a bug bounty program in place, when people are actually doing the due diligence and checking stuff like that, and there's more transparency around the data for Splinterlands, like around reward pools and other things like that, that's when we can be more confident that our game is secure and our ecosystem has the integrity that we would expect, because people are incentivized to go and do that diligence and research and double checking, not just trusting. It's a trust but verify system. So,
well, it's kind of industry standard to offer the bug bounty program, and I'm surprised that I don't know if I've ever heard it be suggested in Splinterlands. And if it has, I can't recall. Do you guys remember that ever coming up in
I've
past
suggested
town halls
multiple
as
times.
suggestions? And what was the response?
Well, not on town hall specifically. I mean, any questions I usually ask on a town hall are never researched or answered generally on the town hall. So I don't post too many there, but I have several videos talking about bug bounty recommendations in the past.
All right. Let's jump into this battle real quickly, and we'll hop back to that conversation because I think there's definitely some meat on the bones there. Virus flash in the gold foil.
I don't think I've seen that video. Did you do a video on some kind of bug with grain production?
Yeah, I think it was out yesterday, Steve. So it's pretty recent.
So Virus went with the new cards. I went with the old cards.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say,
Yes.
Steve, this is such a classic lineup, man. This is bring me
Yeah,
back to
and you
Yeah,
like
know
it's
the real reason is because
2023.
when I tried to play around recently, this kicks my butt all the time.
Yeah.
So if Virus taught me how to beat it, I'll be a little happy, but a little sad because I haven't maxed out that 2-cost card over there. So mine doesn't
This
have
one?
blast yet, but I did neutralize the blast. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
we'll
I'd try
see.
something new here. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I can't tell. Like, is the reflect like who's gonna get wrecked by reflect first? Me probably because you have sneak guys, but
Yeah, we both have amplify.
yeah, we both have an amplify. We both are going to be bouncing back to the magic. I have a void. So if he can survive for a while, I think I might be able to get you. But
The rune seer might be with the repair,
Hmm.
and the cleanse might be
I
the
also
difference.
have a silence that isn't shown yet.
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
the double attacking sneak monster is going to be the interesting one. I think if he lands that affliction early and often, it'll mess up my triage play.
Yeah, plus it's got the inspire from that 2-cost.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, even I missed that one. So
Mm. Yeah, the sneak might be the difference maker.
yeah, especially because I am gonna cripple that. Oh, but then I take 2. Yeah, so he's gonna die this turn
Oof.
unless she misses. Guess at least he took both hits like a champ there. Dr. Blight lend the poison for the clutch. Come on. Oh, he didn't get it.
Yeah, you've been pushing your luck, landing all the poisons that you could so far, Steve.
That's a little bit of a bummer because now on the sneak. Oh no, she lost her attack.
Yeah.
That was big
Oh
because now
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was going to kill both of them. So that was actually pretty huge.
Yeah, Blight's just gonna
Yeah.
feed up,
Dr.
have a
Blight
bunch
for
of
the
health.
win.
Wow.
Bjangles might know what he's talking about.
Well, in Little
Blight's
League,
a boss,
Blight
man.
is still Blight, you know.
Man, yep. Sometimes those classic lineups. I've been playing the other like earlier today. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play this like no rebellion cards, like no, yeah, just like a straight up old school lineup with a Kalia, and it worked out for me earlier too. So good to see it worked out for you there.
All right.
Have you guys seen the early voting on the proposal for
Oh
the
man,
card burning
Crushed.
event?
Crushed.
I gave it a pity upvote because I was like, you know, I was so surprised, like it's getting so demolished when the company is like, we'd like some more money to help us keep running. We're willing to give you the same amount of our assets instead of like dumping them on the market, and we all said no. It's like, wait, what?
Well, it's 100K from the Dow plus what was the proposal? 25,000 Riftwatcher packs from the Dow.
Yeah, but also they were putting up alpha and beta packs. So,
Yeah.
and like a whole bunch of other stuff that added up to $100,000 worth of stuff. So, um, I mean, it's kind of just like buying those assets. It's like us as the DAO buying all those assets and then deciding to give them out to people for doing something.
Yeah.
I guess the question is what the ratios would be, because if you're trading Venari Heatsmiths and you're trading it for Rift Watcher cards, I mean, it seems like a bad deal for the economy.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't really understand. Is like, who is it? What is it benefiting to do it? Who is wanting to, burn a bunch of heat smiths and cards that aren't really played or used or even on the market for that matter to, move those assets into sellable assets? There's only a few people that want to do that, and most of those are the bot owners. So I mean, yes, you could do that with vouchers, I guess, since they put the vouchers in there. But I mean, for a promo card, that's a little bit more understandable because most people want a promo card. So maybe that'll have some kind of draw out there to want people to, go out and actually purchase the cards to then burn, or burn vouchers or DEC to get them. But for the most part, I don't see the point in just moving the value of cards that no one's currently doing anything with into sellable assets.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's, seems like it's that just throwing work into trying to correct this wrong with all this overinflation and overprint rate of these rewards cards. And we need to just accept it. It's there and just let it go and move on. There's no sense in just trying to chase this down to seem like you're trying to make it right or trying to reduce the amount of cards. I don't think those cards are ever going to really be worth anything. So what's the point at this point? I mean, even if you do get a big influx of players coming into the game, when's that going to be? And at that point, are we looking at, we're staring down the next set's going to be coming out and those cards are going to be going away anyway. Who's ever really going to want all those cards? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Chaos Legion is, and I talked about it in one of my videos, is in 9 months, their value is going to be cut in half. So, I mean, the clock's ticking on that set going into Wild, and then it's, you're screwed. I mean, it's just there's no recovery unless they fix Wild, which is a separate topic.
Yeah,
Well,
it's interesting.
I saw Dave, shout out Dave McCoy. I saw him initially be very on board with the burning and then kind of double back and adjust his thinking on all of that. And I think it was him that put forth the idea of, number one, it should be tied to a promo card, not chances of receiving something. So you're, like the previous burn, I think people were more willing to burn that DEC because you were guaranteed guild power, right? You were 100% getting something back, and then everything else was kind of left up to chance. Whereas with this one, the entirety of the reward pool is subject to, pulling a lottery ticket sort of thing. So yeah, Dave's maybe some of you guys saw his response, but number one, he was suggesting that he would be more open to fully supporting the burning event with burns being directly tied to promo card receival, and number two, suggesting that the promo card should be, we've heard this time and time again, the idea of a land specific promo card, so something that has a boost when it's played on land. Do you guys think that would turn your opinions on the burning event? Or
Well, yeah, I kind of saw Matt's response to that too, though. He said if a promo card's going to be involved, then we have to give more money. Because right now, the way that they're looking at this is they're almost doing their side of the work for free, because they are giving you $100,000 worth of assets, and then creating, the burn plan and doing the draws and making it all fair, and then giving out all the prizes. I don't know how much work that is, but we're really just buying their assets to distribute out to everybody, the way it was currently written. So now you want them to take,
Well, here's the
the
problem,
card
Steve.
that they wanted to sell for revenue and just give it to us for destroying things. That
We're trying to fix problems that they have introduced into the ecosystem. So who bears the cost? Is it the team bearing the cost, or is it the players? And I don't know if it necessarily should be one only or the other, but I don't buy the argument that says, well, the team needs to do this burn event and we need to pay them because of all this other stuff. I think the team needs to do this burn event because mistakes were made and we got to fix those mistakes. So it's probably both parties need to come up with some part of the solution. I just don't buy that the reasoning is, the team, needs help here, because the team should be trying to own up to these mistakes and work to get it out of the system from their side.
I'm just wondering, what are the intended effects of a burning event, and is that going to happen? Like what do you think a burning event should do, and will a burning event actually do that?
Well, I think one of the big mistakes in my mind was there was not enough credit being awarded for burning cards, right? Like this whole thing was pitched as a card burning event meant to rectify exactly what Tails is calling out, that the overprinting to oblivion of reward cards and Chaos Legion. And the vouchers are the clear winner of the burn at this point. So maybe if the goal is to address the oversupply of cards, then cards should be the primary benefactor of or beneficiary of the burn.
Yeah,
right?
but which cards are going to be burned? Like, I mean, what is the most likely cards that are going to be burned in this?
Only
it's gonna be the
rewards
commons.
cards.
And which
Yeah.
rewards cards? Are you going to burn Oceanuses?
Chaos-
Helicourse.
No, it's going to be Chaos Legion commons, and some people might burn some Oceanuses because you get the extra points and they just don't care, but I wouldn't imagine many.
But it's going to be whatever is the least played, because those are generally the lowest priced cards of the rewards cards. So you're basically going to be burning the cards that are the least played, or the least economically viable cards. And you're going to still have an oversupply of the cards that are actually good. So that's why I don't understand what I get the idea of the burning. I just don't get how even just doing a burn event where you don't have to burn different cards. Like if you say like, okay, burn an entire set of rewards cards and you get some kind of bonus, then that's one thing. But if you can just burn whichever card, then it's all going to be heat smiths or cards that,
But eventually they would run out of heat smiths on the market, or they'd be more expensive than another card. And the idea, I mean, I feel like the idea is it would raise the price of all the Chaos Legion rewards cards, because people would buy them and burn them, because people like to gamble, people like lottery tickets. So they're going to buy a couple, they're going to throw them away. And if participation is really, really low in card burning, that's when you're going to see the speculators come in who might actually just use DEC to get some tickets, because the prizes they're legit prizes. I mean, if you win plots of land or alpha packs or beta packs, you're going to be happy on investing 5 or 10 or $20. I don't know how likely that story is going to be, but if nobody was participating, more people are going to want to join that kind of a raffle, and then that'll naturally get it up to a certain level where people feel like,
it's worth
now
it.
it's,
But if
now it's a stretch that I'm going to win anything back. So.
But if it was chaos cards are being burned, which card is going to increase its price? Deep Lurker or Hardy Stonefish?
Hardy.
And what's the point of having a more expensive Hardy Stonefish?
Stonefish has won me some matches, Virus.
I know.
Well, yeah, I know you picked a bad card to pick on, because that armor can be clutch. But I would just say,
how about
that,
Carrion Shade? We'll say the Carrion Shade.
Yeah, you saw the Carrion Shade just dodge its way to a win. But I just think in general that because of the market dynamics here, you wouldn't see specifically any one card of any one rarity outburn any of the rest. But yeah, the stars of the show aren't going to get burned as much.
Well,
That's for sure.
Focusing on the cards, I think, is one thing, and I think a missed opportunity. And shout out to Jagged Splinter Shorts in the chat for bringing this up. That I felt like the team could have addressed the bigger problem, which is the 2.5, 2.6, whatever million Chaos Legion packs that are out there. I don't think there's any mention of pack burning as part of
the
but burning piece.
Card burning indirectly does that. Like if this had passed, I probably would have done a video going, I'm going to open up 200 of the 400 packs I have, burn everything but the golds, and throw the golds on the market, because it would have been a fun video. But
I mean, leveling the supply when you're incentivizing pack burning, uh, that reduces the overall potential supply of everything from the stonefish to, a gold foil lily equally, right? And if you're just incentivizing the card burn, nobody's going to be burning a gold foil lily. Everyone's going to be burning stonefish.
yeah, but would many people, unless the pack was like extremely bonused, would many people not just open it for that chance for the golds? I mean,
That's
I
what I
don't
mean.
know.
I feel like
Mm.
they should have incentivized further on. Yeah.
But
Well, let's
but
say. I mean,
every
I don't
you
think
just have
this
to remember,
proposal has any chance of passing.
but anytime you incentivize any one asset within our ecosystem, you're punishing somebody else or some other group of players. So if you incentivize packs, then you're supporting the guys that speculated on packs and lost, giving them a cookie, but you're punishing the people who didn't speculate on keeping unopened packs and have some extra cards they don't need anymore. So it's there's some give and take there no matter what that you have to figure out. Like I don't think regular players who aren't sitting on hundreds or thousands of packs would be very happy that packs got some extreme big bonus compared to 5 cards.
Well,
I mean,
again,
this
it's
is going to
market.
cater to the whales, anyways, right?
Yeah, any way
Or
you
the
look at
bots,
it, I
yeah.
mean, you can buy packs for I don't know what 84 cents or whatever for Chaos Legion in the secondary market today. If a pack burning event happened, in theory, those prices would go up, right, in the short term, and then packs would get burned, which would be the goal, as B Jangle said, to get Chaos Legion scarcity down across all card types, not just hardy stonefish. So it makes sense. I don't think you're necessarily saying that if you didn't buy packs, you're screwed, because honestly, packs are at an all-time low pretty much in the store. So if you want to participate, you're probably better off as someone who hadn't bought packs buying them now, because you bought them for less than anyone else has been able to get them for. So,
Hmm.
you know,
At
Yeah.
what point do we
Yeah,
just
but
say
I think
stop
just
wasting
the
time and
regular
resources on what point do we say just stop wasting time and resources on trying to fix this mistake and just say in 9 months it's not going to matter as much anyway. So
it might matter more.
See, I like the
I
idea
mean,
of turning in a full
if
set.
Generation Chaos Legion is already upset with us when their set gets moved to Wild and their cards drop another 50, 60%, do you think they're not going to be even more mad?
Well, enter the Legacy League, and I think
Yeah.
something else I would love to see, and I think this should have been the solution is, to Virus's point, if you could incentivize, burning a set of a full splinter of Chaos Legion and reward cards, I think it was Matt Clark where I initially heard it. Maybe it was somebody else who called it out. A permanent burn mechanism on land. If I've got a swamp, I should be incentivized to just sink and burn, that full set of Chaos Legion death cards and get, maybe a production bonus for X number of days or something like that, and just have that available burning mechanism in perpetuity. So I would love to see Matt go back to the drawing board on how he's thinking about, dealing with the oversupply. Obviously, he's come into Rebellion and presented the Rebellion sale with a very different philosophy than what we inherited with Chaos Legion. So yeah.
Hmm.
All right, Stever. Does your win streak continue here? What do you think?
It kind of depends. That deep lurker worries me because I didn't control where he's attacking.
You got a taunt. What do you mean?
Oh wait, I do have a taunt. I'm sleepy. I'm blind. No, well now I'm feeling better. I don't know. I have a lot of magic damage to get through some characters that are not good at magic damage, and you don't have a front row heal, right?
Yeah, I was just hoping, banking on the onslaught.
Yep, but I'm coming with a magic onslaught, and none of it's very big, so your force field's not going to matter. I think I'm going to be okay then, to be honest.
All right.
I could be wrong though. You do have an interesting final three over there, but I do have a silence. Yeah, that's why it was not overly scared. But you can never really tell in scattershot rule set. They could be really really bad and just keep going after Noah and not hitting him.
Are they only attacking Grimbardoons?
Of course.
And deep lurker
Mm-hmm.
with no poisons.
Yeah, well, you took out one. Of course, everybody has to die twice.
Yeah, inevitable is such a pain in the ass.
I know that Izzyr. I mean, he's so tough to play with Izzyr too.
He's really, really annoying in these kind of matches because you can't focus on him. So even when a Magic team could take him down, they're going to be shooting all over the place. If he's got that self heal, he's just going to chill in the front usually and become a little bit too much.
I
wonder why
cannot land a poison for the life of me.
the triage is not healing the one with 1 health left.
It always heals to the right. Haven't you
I
noticed
thought
that?
it was. I
No,
thought it
it
was.
heals who sustained the most damage.
Oh, is that what it
Oh.
is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
he's only got 3 health, so he's never gonna be on that list.
Hmm.
Yeah. How do you
So-
guys think about that with when something's like afflicted and there's no like it won't triage it and it won't triage anything else? Does that make sense, or is that something that should be fixed? How do you guys feel about that?
Is that yeah, I didn't think about that.
That's a
Yeah,
very
that
annoying.
should be fixed because I had never understood why that was happening. But then again, triage is already so powerful that I don't know if it needs help.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the most damaged person is afflicted, you don't heal anybody. But that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Man. Izzyr and Grimbardoon are getting all of my magic attacks. This is unbelievable. Man, Stever running the table.
He cannot be beat tonight.
We'll see what happens. I have to go play you in gold again, and
All right.
as you can see, I forget. I look at cards like they're in champion. So I was super scared that your thorns were going to destroy me, and there were no thorns.
Well, at the end of the day, it didn't matter. So
This is similar to the team I beat Virus with.
Yeah. It's not often I see Grimbardoon played in the back.
It's not bad because he's such a good tank back there. And then in
Yeah.
this lineup, you can actually pick who you want to have the self heal. You can give it to Grimbardoon to have at the end of a game, or you can give it to an inevitable at the beginning if you think that's where it belongs better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real difference was I went with the guy with the silence and the stun because I thought a stun that could land anywhere, and magic being the one thing that was going to like worry me a little bit was really big magic teams he would negate those things pretty well.
It's taking every ounce of my willpower to not just push skip battle.
I think you can skip it at this point if you want. I mean, it's pretty clear. Nobody's
Yep,
getting through
all right.
Immortalis.
Inevitable, man. That guy's a beast. Well played, Stever.
Inevitable, yeah.
Running the table.
Speaking of that, is anyone kind of sick and tired of seeing Avina and Grimbardoon in like 12 mana matches? Just the
The
old
beat Jangle special.
The old stall tactic team.
Yeah, didn't we have a draw because we both did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out the
remember that one.
hypocrisy from B Jangles basically, figured that one out right away, started playing a lot of time. The guy who, says he hated the cube the most more than anyone,
Right.
always
Cube
bitched and complained
2.0.
about it, and turns around, does basically the exact same thing now, and like chuckles all the time, like he's so super smart.
He wants to spread the trauma.
The thing is though, is I haven't seen anybody beat it when I do it. I've only seen people do it as well, and then we draw.
Sure, oh, yeah.
So until
I don't-
somebody,
The difference is I never owned a cube. I never owned a llama. I never owned a kitty. So I couldn't do the kitty Amo. I couldn't do the cube llama. I can do the Avena Grimbardoon. So zero
There you
hypocrisy
go.
there. Hep.
Yeah, right. This is a really interesting rule set.
Mhm.
What'd you guys get?
Weak magic, silent summoner, fury.
Yeah, so you're not going to want to play anybody with taunt in this one unless you want them to die.
Yo, speaking of taunt, I saw Bulldog trying to get some feedback on his thoughts for Darth Squirrel. And he was bouncing around the idea if having taunt as a summoner tactic ability would be too OP. What's y'all's immediate reaction to having taunt available as a tactic?
So like everyone has taunt?
No, you can apply a taunt to somebody.
Oh, apply a taunt? Is that good enough?
I mean, I think the real advantage is being able to apply it to the opponent. Like if you could wipe out an Adelaide or an Oshur or somebody like that and immediately focus fire on one of the bigger heavy hitting support cards. It's interesting. Being able to taunt somebody on your own team is powerful, but I think being able to taunt somebody on the opposing team is even more powerful. That defeats Lily, right? Even if it's a Lily Oshur play, you can still taunt Oshur and just wipe her out.
It would definitely be a legendary summoner ability. If you're going to put it on anything, that would be what you'd want to put it on, but definitely seems powerful.
Yeah, it seems fun. I mean, just the combinations of how you can play certain matches, it definitely shakes things up. I like it. I'm trying to think of how it's really going to work with the Grimbardoon Lily match. Do you go for whoever they put as scatter shot and just
Chaos Dragon?
Yeah.
The taunting Chaos Dragon.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's interesting.
Or do you take out whoever their healer is on their team to, hopefully go for the healer first and then, try to work on Grimbardoon if you think your team can sustain enough.
So you'll have to play a taunt monster on your own team to prevent them and put anybody that you wanted to not die behind that person. If that becomes a serious meta, which is interesting enough.
Which taunt takes effect? The closest taunt?
Yeah, the closest taunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could
if you put a taunt up front, it would neutralize that summoner's ability to target anyone in your back line. But then they could theoretically take your damage and put it where they want it, which could also be effective. So
someone plays a wave brood to try to get you to go for the wave brood and you just put on the number 5 guy instead was it? Yeah.
Well, any of them, because wave brood is usually last. So you could put it on anyone there. It would be more like the coral lurker that would mess you up because it would be up front. And So you wouldn't be able to make your guys go into anybody else. And if they played a speed meta, unless that summoner also has speed, you could be in trouble.
We think we're getting legendary summoners for eight mana. Is that the consensus?
Yeah, that was the guess. Um,
Oh,
All right,
Yeah,
let's
dual
see.
dual splinter with summoner tactics.
yeah, 8 mana feels appropriate there.
After this match, I'm going to ask a death question to
All
Beach
right.
Angles.
All right. Been seeing a lot of it for Steve. I've heard you spout a lot of hatred towards death, but you're leaning full on today.
oh,
Yeah, it
I love playing death. My hatred comes from usually losing with them.
Oh, all right.
And it's really from how powerful a healer made them, and then how they took that away from us now. They said you can't have that anymore because that made you that the unicorn decks with the used to just be insane. Some of the ones you could play. But this is interesting. You have a speed advantage on me, so my Rift Wing could be in trouble. The sneak monster the coming, but I'm gonna have a decent magic attack.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I'm
I
gonna
think your play, like your signature, is having ranged up close to the front.
I know,
Yeah, I
right?
kind of panicked on this one a little bit. I was running out of time. I wanted to move
Yeah,
some
I
stuff
noticed
around.
because I submitted with like 11 seconds left and it didn't instantly go. So I'm like, whoa, he's still
I
thinking.
didn't even, I
Because
looked up and it was like 0 and I was like, oh, I guess I'm just hitting, but it would have been bad if I surrendered it. Yeah. I mean, there's only
you
so many
might have
spots.
me though. I mean, if those sneaks take out my Riftwing in 2 turns, no misses with nobody else dying, you should be fine. Right? Oh, wait, am I going to have armor? You don't have a rust, huh?
No, tell you what,
Okay,
yeah.
wait. So I am
And
going to have armor.
there's no poison on the 3 cost range.
Yeah.
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 But there is poison on Dr. Blight. No,
Like,
right? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got a blight. Blight could be.
and the giant killer, just time, I'm seeing the timing on when that lands.
Yeah, if he poisons early, that could be big. Your damage is kind of spread out, though. I never like making teams that do that, but
I know. I
it
usually don't
it
either,
might work.
which is why I wanted to change out my silent shot in the back, and then I was like, I'm out of time. I'm just not going to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Tails, bring on the death question, man.
Yeah, I mean, my death question is when we're talking about taunters, when's the last time anyone here has used a night ghoul in a battle?
I used one today.
Yeah, I
You
used
did?
one today as well.
I love the force field, man. I just stick him in the back. If you're expecting like a
Ooh, I
water
gotta
play
dodge.
with the big melee damage. I love the astral entity with the night ghoul.
Fun.
I don't think I've seen one for the last 2 seasons played against me.
I'll have to see if I won with it, but I did play it today.
I used it in we were doing a lost abilities magic armor match and there was no green. High mana, so I threw him up there with like all the big death mages. Some of them have armor. Lined them all up and they took care of that match pretty easily. But it was very, very niche, right?
Well played, Steve. You set Hepthorn away from the computer. With that one.
The walk of
Didn't even
shame.
want to watch the end of it.
I had to go get some water. Sorry.
That was convenient.
I knew what was happening. I don't need to see it to know. I got my butt kicked.
Yeah, as soon as he dodged that one sneak, I was like, yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I was in trouble to begin with. It's not a great team put together there. Should have went with water. I was thinking about whether I was wanting to go with water, and that's why I was like so late because I think I put together like three-quarters of a team with a water deck, and I was like, no, I'm gonna switch to death, and then I should have just put together a better deck with what I had started with.
Ah, but Jingles is going to show off his night cool battle.
Here's the night ghoul play from earlier.
You played it, but then
Hmm.
he's got scatter shots, so what's the point?
Mm. Yeah.
They sure are attacking him a lot, though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely not the play I was expecting, but
Hmm.
it did work out.
So out of curiosity, what do you guys think the rank of the leaderboard and champ will be next month? Like for the top person? When the
Oh,
ratings equalize, you can only, win 20, lose 20.
that's a good question.
I wonder if those top people are going to be closer to like, 45, 4,600. And there's going to be probably a lot more champ one people.
Well, so are they still having yeah, like what's the thing for champ? Is the rating for champions still going to be the same? Are they adjusting those ratings at all, or
You mean like the league range?
yeah, or for like what chests you get? I'm still like not 100% clear on because now I listened to the town hall, but I was in the middle of doing something else too. So are they doing away with daily chests and you're just going to spend your points to get chests? And
I think in the first phase, they're not. The first phase is going to be the normal. Are they taking the SPS out of chests immediately? Or
that's
is
what I
that
wasn't
not
so
until,
clear.
yeah. So I know that at some point they're taking, whether it's in the beginning or not, they're taking SPS out of the chests. And so it'll just be in the ranked play where you get the SPS. And then initially you'll still be getting chests, but then they'll change it over to where you'll basically have reward points that you can spend in a shop. And that shop only has rewards cards. And I don't know if do they have the potions in there, like a way to get the potions
Yeah, he said
still.
potions, but he also said that you could get chests, and he said that you could get, like you could buy champion level chests, you could buy diamond level chests. Like every chest will just have a, point value associated with it. Um, but I wasn't clear on is, what's going to be in those chests that you can buy, or like, are they still going to, like, are they still going to have SPS in them? Is it just going to be, different, rewards
What
cards or different, kind of like how
I
it comes
heard,
out randomly?
if I heard correctly, you will have the option of choosing, I definitely want a reward card chest. And then you're just taking the gamble of, which card are you getting?
Okay,
What's
that
gonna
answers my question.
what's gonna happen with all the SPS pool that's currently dedicated for reward chests? Is that gonna move over to ranked? Or are we gonna be seeing
Yeah,
bigger?
to ranked.
Yep.
That's what he said. And then so it's going to get split between the leagues. So, um, yeah, I don't know if are they equal? So modern SPS would be going up double. Does anyone know if those two polls are equal?
I'm not
It's equal
sure.
now, right?
You're
I think
muted,
they're
Matt,
equal now.
but
It's equal now, so I would assume that it's just reallocated from chests to the ranked reward pool. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. is that it's going to be just equally divided among modern and wild, and so the pools are pretty much the same between the two.
There's just way less players in modern, so
Yeah.
I know those are going to be equal. I'm just wondering, like, if it's the same size as the current pool, then we could see you could say all of our rewards would double in modern. Same thing in wild; those would double as well. But
And technically more. So if the current chest pool is shared, right?
yeah,
So the chests are shared, like the SPS that are in chests are shared between wild and modern. The rewards actually go up even more for modern because probably a disproportionate amount of the SPS from chests are probably being given in wild.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
understand
a great
what you're
call.
saying, but the way I was wording it is like today, let's say we're getting 100 split between our league.
Mhm.
If the other half of that is 100, then now we get 200. But
Yeah.
I don't know how big that other pool is. Do you need me to
Yeah, it
send
should
it?
be way more than double
Or-
because
Oh, whoop.
it's
Sorry. Did you send me a challenge or was that Tails?
No. I'm at the
Oh.
battle.
yeah, I got it.
I'm trying not to watch these beforehand. So
But yeah, I was saying with the rating though, it's just gonna, it seems like the people that are in champ are just gonna are gonna climb a lot higher than what they were before, which also means you need more SPS stake to get those rewards at the top.
do
What
you
is
think we'll
so
climb
we heard what a
faster?
yeah, what is so we heard wins are going to be 20, a streak will allow for up to plus 40. What does a loss look like?
I think
Minus
it's
Is it
20.
always
equal?
yeah, minus 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's equal. So if you're treading water a day, if you do like a 10 and 10 day, you go nowhere unless you streak at some point and you
Does a
get those
loss
points.
streak
I
contribute
don't think
anything?
so. No.
Huh.
But like because I was just looking in like I'm only 12 games over 500 but I had a great day today, so I went way up and I'm on a 7 win in a row, but if you just did 12, that would only put me at 240 points over my starting rating and I would probably still be in diamond at that point. Diamond 1.
Yeah, I
But
mean I guess it goes both ways because so the right now if you're on the leaderboard for champ and then you go against someone in silver or not silver in diamond and you lose, you're taking a huge ratings hit. You can only go down massively by taking a loss. But the same is true for people that are kind of climbing is that normally you can get some big rating points by, hitting someone at the top.
Yeah, that's coming in next week, right? We're
Uh
getting another
2 weeks,
update.
right? End of the month. He
Yeah.
said.
After the season. After the
Or
season.
yeah, I guess 8
End of the
days
month
if
is
they
next
time it
week.
right. I forget that February doesn't have. For a second, I forgot that we are on a 29
Yeah.
day month.
Well, I'm gonna put uh Tails as ending the streak here. That
Yeah, he's got
the
amplified
piercing
thorns
orc is
and
nasty.
retaliating guys and piercing. So this could be a problem.
Yeah, I ran
agree.
out of time though, and I wasn't able to move my Kinjo to the right spot. But other than that, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Duma work here, or the dumb cake, as PJ Angles likes to say, is kind of tailor made for this role. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted Manaroth in the front for the blast damage as a way to get the second row guys hurt in a match where you normally couldn't. But I have a feeling that I'm going to get retaliated, and that's going to mess me up. And then I put a stun in the reach position, second repair, and really the bruise is just there for when he's in the front. Maybe he's hard to hit, but he'll martyr the other repairing tank that'll go into the front position. But
I almost would have put Vruz up front.
You know, I
get the
could
martyr
have
on the
to maybe,
Mansaroth.
but then Manaroth wouldn't have been attacking. It wouldn't have been any reason to use a cane if I didn't have two monsters that could attack in the first round.
Right.
So, you know, maybe if I didn't think to go for the a cane and get off the pre stage attacks. I think the problem is maybe I could have made a better choice on the reach monster and maybe change the other guys a little bit now that I see this, but
It's hard fielding Mantroth and something like a Carnage Titan or anything like that size in this mana, though.
Yeah.
this is when I needed that new card, right?
Yeah.
I actually had
Yeah.
2 extra mana, so it could have been there. I got a stun. Can you retaliate when stunned?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think you can.
Can you?
Oh, he's not.
Mm.
He hasn't yet, but I'm gonna say I don't feel like you should be able to, but you might be able to.
Maybe
The
not.
blast might
We'll
be.
never know with the 100% stun rate.
Well, it's well, but the repairs are going to Manaroth, so he's going to kill himself on Thorns, on Amplified Thorns too.
Making the chaos.
There you
What's his
go.
face?
Oh, there
Chaos
it goes.
Golem.
He finally missed, and he got to
Yeah.
retaliate and an attack off. There's another one. But we might get the Chaos Golem off the board here. There goes my second attacker, though. Now this gets more complicated. I don't have a stun. Yeah. I think I'm in trouble now.
Dumb cake. Man, not missing either. There it is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the misses aren't going to do anything because of the demoralize and the shield. So I do get the martyr here, so I do have a lot of armor, but I don't do
I
enough
forgot about the
damage.
shatter.
Yeah, but I still don't do enough damage because
Yeah.
he's got to repair.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
normally
there-
we would just be stalemated, but he has thorns and retaliate. So yeah, he was the perfect play there.
Yeah, the amplify with Kenjo is huge here.
Yeah. But it's good. You know, if I kept winning, you know, you don't want my head getting any bigger. So.
It's not gonna fit on the screen.
Nicely done,
Nice.
Tails.
Thanks.
I
All
usually
right.
remember that the orc is a strong play there. I think I just got a little blinded with trying. I've really been trying the you know, ever since he talked about it, the Arcane, you know, double attackers in the first round. I just couldn't find a second one to use in that situation. So it messed me up.
My challenging virus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virus and then Bejangles.
Well, I'll be challenging Bejangles, but yeah.
No.
Calling the shot.
Those are fighting words, sir.
Oh,
jeez.
Back to
What?
basics, melee only.
Wands out with reflection.
Is death on the table?
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
green.
Rekla. Let's go.
No phoning friends here.
Have any of you guys done the dip into GULSD to get the airdrop for Arcade Colony? Yeah, I bought
None here.
I bought 2,100 yesterday.
$2,100.
Yeah, GULSD.
Oof.
Maybe even a little bit more. I'm taking the chance that I'll get the snapshot and hopefully dump it and get back at least 75% of that money. And then it's like I took $250 and to $400 and turned it into a little over 2,000 for a new game.
I wish
Good
you
luck
luck.
the dice throw. But you're going to be racing to dump, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of liquidity in those pools. There's a couple things you can dump into. You can dump into Hive or DEC. So
Hive's had a nice little pump the last couple days. I think I saw it hit close to 37 cents for the first
and there
time in
might be some speculators who are gonna not dump it because they're gonna look at it as a way to just get into both games on a 50% discount. Because you are going to have the Arcade Colony airdrop going to GUSD for the foreseeable future.
Have we heard when is Arcade Colony going live with Mooncart stuff?
No, the snapshot for the airdrop was 10 days ago, from the Thursday night show, and then he said
So
9 days
next
at
Monday?
the end. So, yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, the game's playable. We've all, I think we've all played it now, right? So
I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
I
a
mean,
chance
you
to play it, but I've seen it.
you can't buy packs or anything.
No. Well, that's not going to be till after the airdrop, right? Because that's kind of what they're doing. They're giving out those script tokens. It's almost like a way to guarantee a good sale of the game, right? Just give people free money to buy your packs with, and then you could say you sold out your packs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got more intrigued because on our show he dropped numbers that there's only going to be 500,000 packs for Arcade Colony. I mean, for Moon Cards. And then he talked about how Arcade Colony was going to work, how how it's going to become a DAO, and then he teased that there's already like a couple casino games that are going to come out on Arcade Colony in the near future at the very end of our show with him. So
Casino games like cards.
yeah, like poker, other things like that, just like a little casino in there that you could play with, you know, within the arcade thing. So we've had a couple casinos on Hive. They've each had, I think, reasonable success for a little while, but like any casino, once people lose, they leave. But
Mm.
it would be interesting if we could start doing like a poker night where we're actually using the app on Arcade Colony and supposed to have to go somewhere else.
Hmm.
I was trying to find any way around the team to see which one I could win with Rekla, but I don't know.
Yeah, I went all in on Kabbalist here, basically, is to do my dirty work.
Yeah. Yeah, that amplify.
But okay, so who'd you pick that can't get
Oh, I
hurt?
guess I already
Your
had
two
amplify.
life gainers.
It's just
Virus,
the damage.
this is similar rule set to our last brawl match.
Yeah.
When I went Rekla and you went Wraith. Surprised neither of you guys went for an Adelaide Wraith play.
I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Is it obvious that he beat you, you think? You're going to bounce back and he's only got 5 health, so he's going to die, right?
No, he's got reflection shield.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Oh no, he has reflection shield. I'm dumb. I was confused. I'm like, why is this looking so bad for you? But never mind. Now it is looking bad for you because he has more
Yeah.
damage.
The back two guys are going to do no damage because of the silence.
Yeah, I saw that, but
And then so I just don't think it's enough damage being done to the front to actually get it done.
Yeah, you'll be doing one at a time.
Yep.
yeah,
Virus, you talked a big game, Virus.
Yeah, that too is going to be the problem because he's not taking the damage on the bounce back.
Just a slow death match.
Yeah, and I put reflection shield on Nalara because with the amplify it would actually be beneficial to keep that silence up at all times.
And it's almost you could have avoided it because you've just been stun locked. Ballast.
Yeah. Good game.
GG's.
That is a weird rule set, though. Interesting, though. Neither one of you decided to just go for the green or the.
The odd ones out made it such that the selection wasn't great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I looked at it.
yeah. When you can't use the evens, that kind of messes that one up. But you could still. I mean, it's dangerous to play a 13 cost card, but you still would have had that archery damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
the other option was the like a wraith play with repairing the armor or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that might have been that might have worked. Oh, we get to see Tails and Bojangles now.
Let's see.
Oh man.
The Fizz was asking what constitutes a streak. I think in
Three.
ranked, is it 3?
It's 3, the third one. Yeah.
That's when you start getting like the 10% bonus or something.
Yeah, and that's when you earn double rating.
Yeah.
It is going to be nice to be beating those guys who are not like a lot lower and getting 40 instead of 20. Because those 10-point wins are annoying when you're in champion. Because sometimes you're beating guys with pretty good teams and getting 10 points.
Yeah.
And it doubles only up to 20. Now you'll get a guaranteed 20. And then when you lose to those guys, you only lose 20. But also the rare win over a Louis 88 or a Mondroid or some of those guys at the top, and it's more competitive with them now than it's ever been for me. I beat those guys sometimes and still get 40s and 50s. So
You're not really going to have anyone that's going to pretty much camp the leaderboard. You're going to have to really, like, if it goes like I'm thinking, where the rating's going to be a lot higher for that leaderboard, then whoever's, when you make it in a champ one, you're not going to be close to the leaderboard. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be 4,600 plus.
interesting.
And then will there even really be anyone that's in bronze in modern or in wild?
You think it'll just be too easy to play out of that rating?
That's what I'm wondering.
Hmm.
I guess it's 50-50. So, I mean, there's someone that has to lose rating and stay there, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of how the rating is going to work. You have a lot more people that have silver decks. They're going to move into gold, and same thing with golden to diamond.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. I wonder about like all those people who, have those silver decks and are really good at playing in silver and like playing at silver. Are they going to be really frustrated by having to go up against people with gold level cards? And
Then is anyone planning the video to do for the gold league players, which max level cards that they should rent or buy to give them the edge, like the 4 or 5 cards?
I wouldn't be able to tell them I don't play in gold. I could try to figure it out, but
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, just get yourself a maxed out Avena, Inevitable, Grimbardoon, and you need to have a magic weapons trainer for Grimbardoon on that team. So you can either have the one you get for free on Soulbound, or you're gonna have to buy the expensive 4-drop and play those 3 cards a lot with anything else.
Well, but even like the silver player. So for the silver player that has only ever played silver, Is there like a couple, should they pick up what should be their max level summoner and some max level cards that they should just put in their deck, I wonder. Like that's what I
Who
was
do
kind
you
of
use the
surprised.
Yeah.
most, Hep?
I was kind of surprised
In gold.
Lux didn't jump up in value just because it's still the summoner that can be played with any splinter.
Yeah, I mean the bot play is, well, I mean not necessarily the bot play, but the play would be Lux and max neutrals, right? For
Yeah.
lowest cost, highest productivity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Generally
Lux and
speaking.
Quicks, right?
I haven't played my Lux that much recently, honestly. It's only like once or twice. I used to play it just all the time, like all the time. I think with just some of these new summoners with Rebellion and when some of the Chaos Legion legendary summoners came out, it reduced the, kind of the need to play it as much. But yeah, maybe I will. Like I do have a max level Quicks. I do have a Lux. So maybe that's like something I will do going from gold up into diamond and just kind of rely on those cards. But what summoner do I play the most on a daily basis in gold? I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. Um,
But by having a Lux, most matches you're going to have a max level summoner. So you could
yeah,
pick and choose a few cards to kind of max out and bump up your wins.
yeah. That's the thing too, is it's also dependent on the other cards you have. And it's,
Mhm.
if you already have a strong, if you have all the cards and maybe you just want to focus on one or two splinters that you can play when you're up in, you know, I don't know. Just
How
get
are
one
you?
Immortalis and Kayla,
How are
Kelga.
your reward summoners?
Mine, I don't know because I need to check because I stopped really paying attention to them like once I got them at gold level, which um happened a while ago. So I need to check and see where they're at, but that's a good question. Um,
So I'm curious if you have max level reward card summoners, basically where you could,
I
or close to where you could almost play in almost any splinter with reward card summoners.
I don't. Let's see. Who am I probably closest with the dragon one, and I probably have 96 BCX, so I'm not too far off. Not too far off. I probably need about another 20, 20, 30 with each one, I'd say. And I get there, which isn't too bad. I mean, that could be a couple seasons. I don't know. My last couple seasons have been really, really ugly with my chess. Like I have gold level chess and I had over 100 each last two seasons, and not only did I not get any legendaries, I didn't even pull any epics. Um, it's been
Oof,
brutal.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right, Tails.
Yeah, I mean your lineup worries me. Because you've got the silence and the stun in there. Um, you got inevitable with the triage, the heal, and to make matters worse, you've got
Couple voids.
return fire voids with Grim
Amplified.
Bardoon. Yeah, it's not a great matchup for me. I'm just hoping that I can get some retaliates there from Chaos Golem and that can punch through.
I'm hoping I
Um,
don't even touch him.
yeah.
I just want to swing and miss.
That's interesting. You went for the repair team kind of with no armor.
I was just going for the voids.
I mean, the only good thing I have is speed. I mean, I should attack first in most rounds, but we'll see how that goes.
Scatter shot and equal opportunity, though, huh? That can be rough. But you do have blast.
Yeah, I
So
got two blast
But
cards. I mean, the return
though they're going to
fire.
be wiped
Yeah,
out quick.
yeah, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, the blast of the return fire is brutal.
There you go. Just take out the silence real quick, and
Yeah,
you'll be
if I
good.
just take out Nalara on turn 1, then we're good, right?
Oh boy.
Wow, 12 speed.
Oof.
He is fast.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people underestimate the Chaos Golem. I think it's a great card. It's like a demon shark for fire. With Yasik, it's really, really strong.
Virus, was it you who was
There we
like
go.
first talking about it? We were talking about it. I went out and bought one like that night, and yeah, I played a lot. It's great.
Yeah, Rogue was kind of talking about a match with me where it was in, if you're expecting ranged, he's a especially great tank to have up front.
That card is like single-handedly the reason why I play Fire more now, I feel like. Yeah, just with all the speed you can get with him and Yasik, it's
Oh,
awesome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that could be good though. At least she'll get that guy out of there.
Ouch. That 9 hit.
Oof.
I don't use him very much though. I'm not used to seeing those kind of numbers.
Yeah, he's a beast.
The stun that
uh-oh.
stun though was pretty clutch to buy himself a little time here.
It's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Yeah, but then the silence, getting the silence off the board.
Yeah. Nicely done, Tails.
Thank you, sir. GG's.
So Tails going down to gold.
Let's see if I can get one win tonight. It's been
I'm in
ugly.
the same boat.
All right. Let's do this.
So did that tournament proposal get actually made it through then?
Yeah, I think it
I
passed with
check.
I don't even think it was close. Let's see.
Yeah, 93%. Oh no, wait, that's the brawl one. 77, but it did pass.
Yeah.
I wonder when that's gonna start.
I mean, it's all up to Clay, right? We don't need any dev time allocated to that, do we?
Well, I guess do the tournaments change? When I mean he just that kind of laid out the pools, but they didn't lay out what the tournaments were. So for instance, like the beginner tournaments and things like that, are those going to change? You know, because I mean, like one of the things that we've said too is like the champ players can't play in the diamond beginners tournament, for instance. You know,
Well, you
are some
can,
of
but
those tournaments going to change?
You get yelled at.
Well, you can't. I mean, if you do, you're not like the price. Like
Oh
so
yeah, it
for a
doesn't
champ
make
player, the
sense.
price doesn't
It
make
doesn't
sense.
make sense to. Yeah. There used to be a bug where if you were in Diamond Wild, you could still get in for a good price.
Yeah. But I wonder if they're going to change around some of those tournaments.
I hope so. I never liked Diamond Beginner. I didn't understand the point of that.
Yeah, it
How are
doesn't
you
really
going to be
make.
in Diamond and be a beginner?
Yeah. Defiz is
I was
asking.
winning those for a while, and then I got yelled at in Discord, so I stopped playing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a while back, but then once Rebellion came out, then those were the only tournaments that were Rebellion only to play in, which was just kind of fun to change things up and, you know, play some Rebellion only. But there's no other opportunity to play Rebellion only as a champ player. So
I
Defiz is
gotta tell
asking
you,
if he assumes the ratings will still be reset after each season to keep the rating inflation in check at least somewhat. And they'll be reset, but I think they've changed it now to where the level one of the league will still stay in whatever that league is. So
I've been starting in Diamond lately because I've been getting stuck in Champ 2 the last 2 seasons.
But if there's a lot more players that go to the top of the league,
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't know if there is going to be or not. We'll see.
You
I
mean
haven't.
if
I
there will be a
haven't.
reset, Steve?
No.
Yeah.
He's theorizing we're all going to get more points than we get today. I'm not as sold on that.
I mean, you're going to have people with, even just in the lower leagues, you're going to have silver players playing in gold. You have gold players playing in diamond. So that's pretty much ratings inflation that pushes its way up.
I guess you're right. If I get a whole bunch of matches against guys who are playing gold level cards and it's like easy slaughters, so my win percentage isn't like around 60%, is at like 70 instead, then I could agree with you, but I'll have to see that happen. I don't think that the champ players are going to see those guys that much. I think the diamond guys are.
Yeah, I don't think at least it shouldn't, right? Because there's more liquidity in like there's more players playing in Diamond and Champ right now than there are in the higher levels of gold. So I think it would be tough for someone, to kind of climb up there unless there's, unless some of those better gold players actually do have full decks or are planning on getting, full decks and getting up there. So we'll see.
Maybe a lot more silver players in gold, though.
Yeah.
So I think those silver leaderboards are usually pretty high.
Yeah.
Have you started maxing specific cards, Hep, for somebody like Lux to play?
I mean, that's the thing I was like looking at the other day, and it's tough. It's like, where do I want to spend money on that now in anticipation that, the cards probably the prices will go up? Do I want to just keep buying Rebellion cards because I know that I'll be able to play with those longer? Um, do I get the Chaos Legion cards because they're just cheap? I'm just not exactly sure how it's going to look. And I feel like I don't really want to divert funds to it until I know. I do need to like go clean up like all the extra Chaos Legion cards I have, and I have, kind of an alt account that I, rent stuff out of. And I think it'll be more of that where I start to go and look at like what cards I already have, like what cards can I combine to kind of get higher levels of stuff I already have. And not because I'm not like that I'm getting much rental income out of those cards anyway. So I think that'll be the first task, and then kind of go from there, see what I have and go from there.
This is pretty wild. It's a super sneak game where nobody played any monsters that can super sneak.
Just the
Yeah, I kind of
lurker.
went against the grain there, and I completely forgot that Immolation and Sinash don't have Blast and Gold. So, whoops.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
only
see
just realized.
your speed being a serious problem, but I was like, there isn't one melee monster on the board except for Coral Lurker.
Yeah.
The thorns really scared you guys away from that, huh?
I just feel like when you see, I don't know, I thought, you kind of plan for, that not to be the issue, right? When I see something like this, I'm like, all right, people, so yeah, especially with the thorns and the shield, I'm like, people are probably going to be going more ranged. Yeah.
Maybe Sinash's affliction is going to be the difference maker.
I think he's gonna have some trouble killing that Coral Lurker.
We got the Fury.
What's the
Yeah, I
speed?
guess if
My
she
speed is
hits.
my speed is going to be on par with him, right? Because I've got
Oh wait,
two.
He's got +4.
Okay.
You've got 1, 2.
no, see,
+2 -1.
yeah, he's at 7. But you're right. She'll be the key because she's
I
at
just need to
5.
land
So
one of those.
oh, she missed.
And the blind, too.
And the blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blast, not having the Blast is
That
a
was
difference maker.
There you
Oh,
go.
there she
I
hit
just
him.
needed the one.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling
Oh,
good about
that
this.
miss. She's getting too big back there, and you're not going to have enough damage to get through
No, not
Bakshira.
Bajira. And
Yeah,
yeah.
even if you get through those other ones. Well, there you go, Het.
There's my one.
Stuck around for the end of this one.
Nice.
Kept Tails from going out on the top of the mountaintop there, huh?
You up for one more, Hep, or you guys
Yeah, I'll
ready
do
to
one
call
more.
it?
Who am I challenging?
I think it's back to Stever.
Yeah, it'd be me. You can get your chance for revenge, or I'm gonna 3-0 you.
All right. Wait,
Have you
where do I
guys been
go?
noticing on Twitter that the Hive account is being more active? It's talking about the different games that are coming out. I forget that little one with like that looks like it's going to be a Pokemon game. Um,
Holozing.
yeah, Holozine. It's talking about the Arcade Colony stuff, and it's trying to brand itself as a chain for gaming. And
Smart.
it's the first time
Is
I've
that
seen
Hive
them.
blocks?
It's one of the Hive accounts on Twitter. That is just they're just sharing. They've been a lot more active in my feed.
Well, seeing as we're in a bull market, Steve, they should be doing that.
Well, I was just trying to verify if others were seeing it or if it's just my feed. So
My feed's been dominated by the OpenAI Sora stuff, the videos lately.
That stuff is crazy, man.
It's
That
amazing.
yeah. And it shows I don't know what maybe it was Will Smith eating spaghetti. Was that right after the Oscar stuff and people just started poking fun? But
Yeah.
that video from a year ago is just yeah, what a sloppy AI rendition. And now it's incredible what AI can throw together and with just a quick prompt.
It's kind of cool to hear what their I think Nate was saying it. I don't know if it was his last town hall where he was saying they kind of use it for like prototyping. So they ask it for a bunch of images of just the idea they're coming up with, and then they pick through those to kind of get the idea they're gonna create themselves, and then just take like the characteristics and do that themselves. It's a neat way to use it.
Mm. AI has to be able to mock up UX UI suggestions too, right?
Yeah, I mean you can probably ask it for like a layout of how it would design something.
Wonder if they've put the land navigation UX to the AI test.
I got
Maybe that's
my
what.
first legendary totem the other day. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Or legendary, not totem, fragment,
Yeah.
I should say. But I
Sell
sold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody bought it for like $180 or something, or
Nice.
150. One of those two numbers.
That's a score, man. Are you doing anything with incentivizing your region to get higher production values on their plots?
Well, my two tracks, I own 97% of it myself, so
Oh,
I'm incentivizing myself,
He's
and I'm
giving
not the castle. I'm not the
Yeah,
castle
sure.
owner of my tracks, so I mean of my region. So I haven't really thought about trying to do that.
Mm.
That would be Plato, who owns our castle.
Oh, you're in a
So
good spot. Nice. What region
yeah,
are
because
you in?
we're in 98 Son. We did the
Yeah,
little
Beach
thing where
Angles is
like a
with
bunch of
us.
us.
Yeah, I'm in there too.
Yeah.
I think I've just got one plot in there, but it's my heaviest hitting plot for sure.
not feeling good about this one. Should have gone with the Grimbardoon self heal. I knew I wanted to do it, but my biggest problem is my Sturgis. I don't have him at level 3 yet, so he still only has 2 magic, and it's just very annoying because it's just a little underpowered, and I don't usually want to play it.
Well, that Rooney is gonna do some work.
Yeah, I think you have enough magic damage that'll.
Well, I have to hit that thing, right? Can it dodge magic? Oh no, wait.
No.
It can't at this level. It normally can at max level, right? I'm
Has
not imagining
phase?
Yeah,
that.
he's got face. Yeah.
Phase at max. Yeah. Okay, never mind. You probably are in trouble because I'm not gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that heal's gonna keep him up.
You do have amplified reflection though. But the divine shields on the Avis there and the void on Grimbardoon.
Any chance? Yeah, that's why I knew that guy would probably get crushed first round.
I think it's only fitting that the final battle comes down to the Avina Grimbardoon play.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't so effective, it's almost too effective. So it'd be that the fact that that taunt would kind of counter it is kind of interesting.
Well, I think it pretty much guarantees we have to get an oppress summoner, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
I mean, the other
Yeah,
thing is I could just see them make a change where they make cripple not affected by immune.
That's the one we're waiting for. Virus.
Thinking-
I don't know if it's
I
gonna
don't-
happen.
I don't know if that's going to happen though. I think they're just going to rework. Like when we talked to Call Me Tim, I think he just made it seem more like they're going to rework the
Other
immunities to
abilities.
be different abilities that are, have immunity or cancel out different things and sort of not just rework that immunity or rework that cripple in that way. They're just going to kind of branch it off into different things. And honestly, I don't see them doing it until the next set.
Well, it could be
yeah,
next Soulbound reward card.
yeah.
They
To me, when he
introduced
was
what,
talking to
Martyr
you
and
guys, what do you call it? It seemed more like you're going to get like different kinds of immunities instead of a blanket immunity, possibly
Yeah.
in the future. But I don't know if they're going to change it for any of these cards
I
that have it
get-
already.
well, when we talked to Yaba, he made it sound like he was all for, kind of going back to the drawing board on immunity and bucketing abilities by, like magical damage or magical in inflicting the
Yeah.
ability or physical. But yeah, it sounded like Call Me Tim was coming from a different school of thought on that.
Yeah, that was my impression. I mean, I was ready to, really try to drill down on that and try to see if I needed to go out and finally buy some Dallin cards if they made it seem like they
Sorry,
were going to
Tails.
rework cripple. But yeah, no, it didn't. I that's not the impression I got when we talked to him. So I mean, maybe things will change, but that was just kind of the impression I got from him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, immunity, it seems so powerful right now, but it's only really because of Avina that it's just so broken.
Well, that's like what was
Um,
that
Lily.
card? Life card
Lily,
that was
yeah.
it Kralis that had the immunity and self heal? It
Yeah,
was just like a terrible pain in the ass to deal with all the time.
Yeah, but
Um,
Lily can be countered with Scattershot. The Avina self-healing inevitable / Grimbardoon, sometimes there's just nothing that people can do about that. So it's that's the play that needs something to counter it.
oppress.
Well, it won't stop the inevitable though. Like at 16 mana, you can Avina inevitable, and that wins a lot of fights.
I mean, I feel like
Mm.
out of, the average 100 matches, I think maybe 30% are Lily Grimbardoon. Like I'm playing way more Lily Grimbardoon than I am Avina Grimbardoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Really?
agree.
I see too much. Like, I don't touch Lily if Yasik's available, because Yasik had become so meta in my games.
I still win against Yasik with
Yeah, I
Lily.
still beat Yasik with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the triage.
Yes.
Yep.
And you had to put a double triage basically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because like they're the double triage in water and then the double triage in life.
Mhm.
It's hard to counter even with Yasik.
Yep.
Cool. All right, gents. We'll going on 2 hours. Ready to put a bow on this thing?
Yeah, sounds good. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Didn't win any matches, so maybe we should keep going until I win some.
I got
I
one.
wanted to stop after I won my one, so you made me keep going. So
Yeah.
I got lost.
Yeah, you let me finish up with a win there. So thanks for that.
But...
Oh,
And
I didn't
apparently
get
I
one.
still know how
So
to play
I'm
in
with you,
gold.
Virus.
So
Mm. All right, fellas. Well, I think the original idea was to do this on non-town hall week, so maybe we'll try and come back in 2 weeks with another round of some battle royale stuff. But for everybody that's been hanging out with us, appreciate you guys swinging by, and as always, Steve, Tails, Virus, appreciate you guys. Hep, I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode. We got Infidel coming on. Should be a good one. Should be fun.
Cool.
nice.
All right, everybody. Thanks for
Thanks,
swinging by.
guys.
Catch you guys.